everyone, Jasper Basson here. Thank you for watching. I'm sitting here with Jarette Petzer. No introduction needed from imstaying. #.
Hello everybody, how are you doing?
Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
And happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you so much.
So,
thank you so much.
I think I watched this morning, it was almost 1 million subscribers or followers, and I think it's actually probably blown you away as well, and probably the country as well.
Yeah.
And just give me an idea of, I think we can start calling this a movement, but just let's just go back one step and just where did it come from, where this idea came from.
Yeah. So it really spawned from actually somebody made a suggestion on one of the videos that I made before any of this stuff happened, and the recommendation was that we start a page, because I did a video that was aimed at trying to get myself to focus on things from a slightly more positive aspect, and to stop being negative, and to stop listening to the news, and to stop talking nonsense. And so really that's where it's sort of spawned from. I woke up one day, made an adjustment in my own thinking. Somebody said start a page, and I formed the group, and that was really what happened. So
amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It's I have got a YouTube channel like we're recording now, and one thing I really almost want to say preach is step away from social media, step away from bad social media, obviously, bad pages, which the most pages out there is actually negative pages.
Yeah.
I remove myself from a lot, and just fast from news and all these bad influences.
Yeah.
When we start using gratitude, it's such an amazing thing that it creates happiness, and it just create more beautiful things in your life.
I think we underestimate the power of positive thinking. I think people sort of discredit and say it's all pie in the sky stuff, but it's really not, because if you're in a positive state of mind, you start thinking from a solution-based state of mind. So I think all your decision making, all your problem solving, all your troubleshooting, all comes from a place of positive thought. Which is much easier to come up with something that's solution based than focusing on the negative and then trying to come up with something positive. It's impossible, it's impractical. And I think we become so conditioned with social media, we've been so conditioned with the news, we've been so conditioned with the stuff that comes to us on a daily basis, and we feel like that's our reality. But our reality is anything we want it to be.
Exactly.
Our reality is a matter of perspective. Where you stand is your reality. Yeah. Like your reality is different to mine, and our reality is different to the next person out on the street. We don't. Everyone's always coming from things from a different matter of perspective. What we can come together in as though is positive, a positive mindset. It changes a lot, and we can see the effect it's having on our country, which is phenomenal at the moment, right?
Yeah,
within 2 months we've managed to garner almost 1 million people. We've started to affect a movement. We are in the process of setting up an NGO to try and help small business. The country everybody that's on our page has changed their attitude towards people on the street. So it's a knock-on effect. It's just one thing after the next. It's amazing what we've done in just such a short time.
I think going back to the mindset thing I think there's something deeper as well. It's the Robin Sharma. I don't know if you follow him, but he's got a saying, heart set. And I think that's something that started developing on your pages, really going to your heart and really let go of the things of the past, and let go of the things that scratch you inside in your heart, and let go of that. If you can open that as well, and that's exactly what happened on this page. It's really people came together from all cultures and everywhere, and really just be open to each other, and creating a new mindset of how we see South Africa.
It's crazy, right? It's crazy.
Amazing.
And it's not like people have just started doing good stuff because of this page. A lot of people have been doing it all the time, but this page has created a platform where we can actually share in those experiences. Now it's a movement, and now people are starting to understand, and people are more aware of what's going on around them, and all of the narrative that we've been told is sort of all of a sudden not ringing true anymore. Guys are like, well, no, we don't actually hate each other. Maybe we don't understand each other. Maybe we've got these obstacles that stand in the way of us connecting with one another. And that's not the same as not liking you. I don't know you, doesn't mean I don't like you. It doesn't mean I don't like you, And it's easier for us to have a discussion, a deep conversation, once we've got something that we can relate on, something that we can connect to. I think that's the trick. You speak of, sorry, what did you say that guy's name was?
Robin Sharma.
So I've been following a lady by the name of Abraham Hicks. Her name Abraham's throws you off a little bit, but if you follow her story, it will make more sense. And her whole teaching is about having a positive understanding, a positive mindset, but also connecting an emotional connection to that mindset. So be positive in your thinking, but be positive in your feeling, your positive emotion, and that stuff starts to help manifest things. You know, when your mind and your heart are aligned, then the deeds start to flow, and we start to manifest positive stuff, and it's happening. You know, it's really that simple, and science supports it. You know,
but it's working. So, what do you want to achieve currently? I mean, and maybe let's say in the next year with this movement that you've created.
Yeah, we're in the process of figuring out what this movement's going to be, and it's when I say we're in the process, I mean we know more or less that we want to come in, we want to affect the economy in a positive way. We want to focus on entrepreneurs and growing small business, because growing small business is how people will become employed, and micro business is really the future of South Africa, I believe. So that's really where we want to go. But in terms of how we get there, we're still a way away from making those decisions. So at this stage, we're forming a board, an advisory board, some of the best minds in South Africa, a very diverse board, different skill sets in different areas to help us really, make sure that we get the very best out of the movement and out of whatever comes later. But for now, right now, what we need more than anything else is coming together. And that's our focus right now. It's about unifying a broken nation. And it's not just us now. Now we've got this, and we've got this amazing stuff that's happening with the Springboks. We're in the finals. I mean, we know what happened in '95 when the Springboks won. In fact, every major sporting event that we've ever won has just helped us just come together like glue. So this is the perfect time for us really to be. We want to do positive things and affect things in a positive way, tangibly. But right now, it's an emotional healing that we need to go through as a country, and that's our primary focus. Our primary focus is just keep on telling stories, sharing each other's experiences, dropping the cultural divides, and just focus on that narrative, that positive narrative. So that's our short-term, medium-term goal.
I love the way that you mentioned entrepreneurs in South Africa, because I think entrepreneurs, small businesses, SMEs, whatever you want to call it, if we can develop them and raise them up to be better entrepreneurs, in a sense of not just being an employee, start being a entrepreneur and want to start doing something as a business just to create money. Really create the entrepreneur, uplift him to uplift these employees. And it's like if you start employing everybody from the scratch, from the floor, I mean, you can create beautiful results from it.
Amazing results, I think you've got so many people in South Africa that are talented. They might not have the expertise that they need, or they don't have the funding that they need to be able to drive themselves forward. So we need to take all of those things in consideration. There's mentorship programs that need to happen. There's access to funding that needs to happen, and there's informal. I mean, the informal trade in South Africa is far greater than the formalized trade in South Africa. I mean, we're talking about something like 85 billion rand that's informal trade that gets generated in a year. That's a heck of a lot of money, for guys that are selling chappies and vegetables on the side of the road. And we've got to really focus on these guys. I mean, these guys are prime for us to be able to say, come into the economy. Let's help you. Let's grow your small business. Let's help your business employ more people. You can help us give back. And that's really what we need to be doing. It's empowerment. We've got to empower people right from the grassroots all the way up, And I believe that, look at us, I mean, we've got a monstrosity of people in South Africa, 58 million people. And if we can tackle the unemployment issue in South Africa, which really, unemployment and education are, in my opinion, the cause roots of all the trouble that we have in South Africa. It's the reason why we have crime. It's the reason why we have the trouble that we have, is because of lack of education and lack of employment. I mean, people will do anything to eat, and you can't really blame a person that's willing to go to any length to feed their family.
Exactly.
And we should be adopting the same attitude from this perspective and saying we should stop at nothing in order to help that person feed their family, and to help that person help others feed their families too. And that's really what we need to be doing as a nation. And we really need to come together as a nation and help to make that happen.
If anybody that want to help empower entrepreneurs, any way that they can get involved?
Yeah, so this is all the stuff that we need to iron out. Our website is going to become a wonderful platform to us to be able to at least get the right people together. So that's from a venture capitalist perspective, from a funding micro lending perspective, from a mentorship perspective, get those guys onto the platform, and then on the other side of the platform, people that need all that assistance. So that really will be the conduit in terms of how we connect them, but we've got to give some very careful thought in terms of how we take that forward. Also, we want to use the group to help us determine where the monies get allocated, monies that get raised from our initiatives, and how we address those initiatives that are of interest to us. We want the group to interact with this whole process, which is really nice, because if you think about it, it's not a few people sitting in a boardroom that determine who gets what. It's actually the masses that say, cool, we vote for that's what we vote for, and then we're all participants in this thing. It's a true democracy, really, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So beginning of this year, I actually created the gift bag for entrepreneurs, and it was really also the mindset of the reasoning behind that was really because there's a lot of big corporate companies and they struggle with minimum wages, struggle with BE ratings and everything. Yeah. And this gift bag is really just a lot of entrepreneurs, small business owners that came together on this gift bag for any entrepreneur in South Africa, and to really just use that and start supporting each other on
amazing.
That gift bag.
Amazing.
So
congratulations.
It's something we can maybe at some stage plug in as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really just ready to support small business owners.
Fantastic, yeah. Fantastic. Listen, I mean, if you're looking at the corporate structures, I mean, corporate structures are battling at the moment. The fourth industrial revolution, I think, is changing the way we do business completely. Yes. And I think even if you're looking at the likes of some of your bigger entities like Edcon, and that they've all had to restructure, they've had to rethink the way that they operate and the way that they're coming into the market to make their business viable. And I mean, from the corporate perspective, they've got big, bulky overheads. They've got a lot of operating costs. They've got to rely on sentiment. They've got to rely on strong economy. They've got to rely on so many factors to make sure that they can sustain themselves. I mean, it's so quickly for a big corporate to unwind. It's unbelievable how quickly they can go from hero to zero. So those things put a lot of risk on us. They put a lot of stress on us. They put a lot of pressure on the corporates as well. I mean, everyone's sort of looking at corporates saying you need to fix it. I don't think that's the case. We need to be working with corporates. We need to be working with government. We need to be working with individuals. We, as the people of South Africa, all need to put our roll up our sleeves and start digging. And that's really the primary focus. We cannot just say corporate is your baby or government is your baby. No, it's not. We need to get involved in. And small businesses, lower risks, lower overheads, much quicker thinking, turnaround decision making. All of that stuff is vital in this type of environment that we're living in now. You need to be able to turn things quickly. So and that's where we need to focus our energy. I think we've got a wonderful opportunity ahead of us.
Amazing. Well, good luck with everything.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for your time. And hopefully we can see a massive growth even further on this group in South Africa.
Hopefully so.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Remember to grab your free gift bag for entrepreneurs to the value of 57,000 Rand right in the description below. Part of that gift bag is a 3-month free accounting services from our company called Dryk Holdings. Grab it now and we will see you shortly. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also please share this with a fellow entrepreneur friend.